Good morning, everybody. We're back with another episode of
Welcome to our program.
Unhelpful. We have so much to talk about today. So much has gone on. And I think we should start out with this mask situation.
Damn, you're gonna get into that. COVID in general.
Yeah. Here we go.
Maybe let's just go down sort of a tangent. I had been hearing before the election that COVID was going to go away after the election.
Yeah.
Well, motherfuckers, it got worse.
It's getting so much worse.
It got worse.
Yep.
Explain it.
Cold weather. The election.
All right. You know how people give Fauci crap?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's, the small doctor on the stage telling people how to live.
Yeah.
And people just naturally reject it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people see Fauci as political.
Yeah.
I kind of got annoyed with Fauci too, but it wasn't political.
Right.
It was, but I understood where he was coming from.
He would change his mind.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. That's what I didn't like.
Yeah.
But he was right.
Mm-hmm.
He said if we didn't burrow down in the wintertime, late fall, winter, we were going to be in trouble.
Yep.
And he was right. Whether we like him or not, I'm kind of impartial.
Mm-hmm.
He plays it real safe, but he's a doctor.
Yeah.
They all play it safe. So, yeah, we're in this weird spot. COVID is ruining our lives again. New lockdowns might happen. Even though the state of Virginia's fine. Everyone's freaking out. You see the stuff on the internet about our state's governor.
Yeah.
Well, they're naturally going to hate him anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, our state's doing a very good job.
Yeah. But here recently, it seems like COVID's around us more
You
now.
think COVID is seeping its way into the rural areas?
Yeah.
Well, it was always going to do that.
Yeah.
And we kind of got a... I'm not going to say we. I meant like our area. We're kind of naive.
Mm-hmm.
We don't think things on the outside world going on other places can touch us here.
Yeah. Kind of like tornadoes or whatever. We have the mountains.
You're
around
right.
us.
Exactly. That's a very good comparison.
No terrorist attack because nobody's going to attack here.
Yeah. You're right. And where was I going to go with that? COVID was always going to come here.
Yeah.
It was going to take its time. I've been telling everybody, this is not a 1-year thing. This is like a 3 or 4 year thing that we're going to deal with. It's going to be miserable.
Yep.
And I remember in July,
Mm-hmm.
I went to a golf tournament in Giles.
Mm-hmm.
There's over 100 people on a fucking patio with no mask. And I'm like, holy shit.
That doesn't even seem like reality.
That was I'm not really condoning it, but even though I participated, it happened during a time where the cases were going down.
Yeah.
And this summer we did see some cases go down.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of thought it was going to be over, and then Fauci's over there saying, "No, what? Stop!" Yeah, and now we're here. So I just think about how many people were there, living their life again after being locked down for a couple months, and them doing that after being locked down, and then trying to tell them to get locked down again would be awful.
Yeah.
So
I think people would actually commit crimes.
yeah.
Well,
Do you want to go into what you were going to tell me about?
The story.
Something that happened to you
Yes.
last week or so.
So, me and Erica were going to pick up pizza at Papa's, and we got there, and there's a line outside. People wearing masks, of course. They were doing what people should be.
You're not doing what you're forced to do. You're doing what's right.
Yes. And we were like, okay, that's weird. People are waiting outside for pickup, which was kind of strange anyways. If it's ready, it should be ready. You just go in and get out. Well, we walked out on the sidewalk where people were, and a guy walks out of the store, or the restaurant, with no mask, and he's like, "Why are you guys wearing masks? Hitler is dead." We're like, "What? Hitler is dead. This is not a fascist country. Stop wearing the masks." He walks away into the darkness in some alleyway.
That's probably his house.
Yeah.
Darkness.
Yes.
Darkness falls.
Hitler is dead. Why are you wearing the mask? What? And then,
I don't even know how to react to that, Tony.
then you know, where we live, there's like, you know, rugged, manly country.
Masculinity.
Yeah. He was wearing a mask, and he was like, "What the fuck was that?" He was like, "We don't have to worry about fascism. We got to worry about socialism."
I mean,
just like, yeah, I guess.
yeah. I actually went to a place in Giles, and I had a mask on, and they encouraged me not to wear it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm doing it to be nice, goddammit. I've already had COVID. Like, I don't think I can carry it anytime soon. But, like I said, we need to have like little cattle tags on our ears to let us know if we've had it. Patient number, whatever we're at, 15 million or whatever.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
But COVID is absolutely ravaging the NFL right now.
Mm.
There's like a couple situations. The Steelers were supposed to play on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens got a bunch of COVID. Not when I say a bunch, a couple. It's the positives lead to the tracing, exposure. Then they were supposed to play Sunday today when we record this. It got postponed to Tuesday, and yesterday some Steelers players tested positive. It was the Ravens players tested positive all week, and now Steelers players are tested positive. And last night, the Denver Broncos, they played today. They have no quarterbacks. They're all out for COVID. They're starting a fucking wide receiver at quarterback.
Oh, no.
They refused to forfeit the game, which is admirable, I guess.
Yeah.
But COVID is...
ruining
everything, dog.
Yeah. It ruined the main event for the UFC fight last night, right?
Yeah, it's just going to keep doing it, dude.
Well, it didn't ruin a fight that everybody was looking forward to.
It should have.
It should have.
It should have, damn it. Alright, we stayed up way too late watching that.
Yeah.
Alright, I was hateful all day yesterday.
Yeah.
I turned heel. But,
We gotta talk about
we'll talk about that.
the wrestling. Yeah.
I'm watching the show, and after every fight, there's a 20-minute concert. I'm like, what the fuck is this, Teddy?
I hated it.
I hated every second.
I'm
There was no audience. Why do you do a concert with no audience when you can look up these guys' performances on YouTube?
I'm laying in the bed. I'm like, okay, Jake Paul just knocked out
Nate
Davis, whatever his name
Robinson.
is. Nate Robinson. And I'm laying there, one eye open. I'm like, oh, okay, they're going to perform a song. And then
No.
another one.
No, it was hella songs.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell? Just get on? Because they interviewed Roy Jones and Mike. Roy Jones didn't even have his hands wrapped. I was like, great.
Yeah, they interview him right before the fight starts, and his hands aren't even wrapped. He's probably barely throwing some punches in the back.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm like, great.
Alright, we used to bitch about UFC fights, how long they took. They never been that long.
No. They just drug that out.
Oh my god.
How about that Jake Paul knockout, though?
That's impressive. And alright, I was watching it. Our boy Bush was there.
Of course.
He knows Nate Robinson from the NBA.
Yeah.
He's like, Nate Robinson's just gonna dog Jake Paul. And I'm like, you better be careful. Jake Paul might be a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
But he's rich, and all he does all day is box.
Yeah.
That's all he does. He's going to get good.
Yeah.
And he beat a non-boxer. And he's been training for, what, maybe 2 years solid?
He's twice Nate's size.
Well, yeah. It was still, I thought it was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Because and he's like, after the fight, he's wanting to fight real fighters,
Mm-hmm.
Jake Paul. I don't think he should do that. I think he should keep beating.
I think you should, just so he can get knocked out.
I actually hope he... Alright.
Because his ego is just rising because he's
It
fighting.
is, and I don't like
young
these
fighters.
Paul... I don't like... I like Logan Paul more than I don't really care for that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But what he did yesterday was kind of impressive because, you know, people expected Nate Robinson to dog him.
Yeah.
But Nate Robinson looked fucking atrocious.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with celebrities
I'm
fighting each other.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah. But if he's calling out
Real
Conor
fighters?
McGregor, Floyd Mayweather,
I
whoever,
hope Jake Paul, is that who we're talking about?
Yeah.
Why do I get them confused? Jake Paul fights at Dylan Dennis,
Oh yeah.
and I hope he whoops his ass. I don't care if Jake Paul was looting fucking Kohl's in Los Angeles.
That's an exception.
I will. Dylan Dennis, arguably biggest douchebag in MMA.
Yes.
He wears. I don't know what that. He trained with Conor McGregor a few times, and I think it just got to his head.
Rubbed off on him.
It got to his head.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, he was not like this before.
Oh really?
So it was kind of a gimmick.
Yeah.
He's got like a gimmick, kind of like how Colby has a gimmick.
Right.
So I hope Jake Paul absolutely beats the fuck out of him.
But it's known that Kobe has that gimmick, and he's not really like that. Dylan Dennis, it seems like he's actually.
Well, he's not. I don't think he's as popular as Colby.
No.
He might have more followers on Instagram because he posts, you know, Conor McGregor type shit. Like he's on a yacht and he takes a picture and he's like fucking shirtless and he's like bringing like stupid captions.
Yeah.
He might be more popular on social media, but as a term of a star, he's not. But he's got a gimmick. And if they fight, I hope Jake Paul whoops his ass. I do not like him.
Yeah.
That might be the only exception.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see Logan Paul fight his brother Jake Paul.
That's what I said. Yeah.
And I would root for Logan, even though I do not care for either one of them.
No, I don't. Either.
Who's that KSI guy? Is that the guy Logan lost to twice?
Yeah.
Okay, he needs to fight Jake. See, there's little matchups you can do without fighting real fighters.
Right. There's so many celebrities.
People will watch it.
Yeah.
I did, and I was talking about this, you know, years ago when they did that fight, KSI Logan Paul over in England. I was like, when did YouTubers get into boxing? Like, why did they choose
It just
it?
all of a sudden just happened.
It was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And now it's taken off. And now we're about to see an old men's league fighting.
Yeah.
Because we saw it in the main event last night. What'd you think of that?
Surprisingly, Tyson was in more in shape than Roy Jones.
Oh, yeah.
I was shocked by that.
Tyson,
15-year layoff,
yes.
and he was in more in shape than a guy that fought maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's Roy's been doing.
He just clinched him the whole fight. And I'm just like, I want to go to bed.
I knew one of them. Alright. If anyone paid for that fight last night, I'm sorry. Because we did not. So if you're out there and you bought the pay-per-view expecting like a Tyson like knockout like in the because we were trying to explain the whole time to Bush. Bush didn't know who Roy Jones Jr. was.
Right.
I was like, Roy Jones in his prime was probably a better boxer than Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Like pound for pound, he was higher.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's just, you know, the heavyweight knockout artist.
Mm-hmm.
So we were
Don't
trying
get us wrong though, because Tyson looked good for his age.
He did. He actually looked very
His
athletic.
movement.
Yeah, he looked athletic. Roy was just,
Hip movement.
I don't know what Roy was doing. He was just trying to catch him on counters and they didn't even
Jabs.
land.
Yeah.
But, we were actually, me and Cole, they were live scoring it.
See, I didn't have the volume on.
They would show after each round what the judge actually gave the round to.
Mm.
So you saw what was happening.
Oh, okay.
One judge had like 3 rounds go 10-10
4
draws.
rounds.
4 rounds. So each guy gets 40 points at that point through 4 rounds. And then gave what? Roy Jones the other 2 rounds?
They had 8 rounds. But so he,
Maybe 3-1?
yeah, something like that.
So he gave Roy Jones 3 rounds, Tyson 1 round, and 4 draw rounds. So Roy Jones won the fight on his card.
But they gave it.
Someone ruled the fight a draw,
Yeah.
and someone ruled it for Tyson. It was fucking fixed.
Yeah.
It was fixed.
Yeah. I got so confused because when they were getting ready to raise whoever the winner was going to be tan, they just did that. They didn't even raise it.
No, they were like, it's a draw.
Yeah. So when I had the volume off, I was like, wait, what's going on? Then they pan it back to Snoop Dogg and fucking Style Bender.
Yeah.
So I was confused
Dude.
on what was happening.
Dude, we just saw it. We were watching it being live scored, and we were like, this is going to be a draw.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to make it a draw. Roy Jones did not win a single round,
No.
I don't think. So it should have been, what, 80-72?
Yeah,
He
like
may have gotten one good jab in, and that
Yeah.
was like a darting
Maybe a couple.
away.
Yeah, maybe
that was
a
like a
couple.
darting away jab.
so. Another thing is that judge, the one who called it a draw, scored it a draw, had the first 4 rounds for Mike Tyson.
Had the first 4 rounds for Mike Tyson, knew she had to catch up, so she gave the other 4 to fucking Roy Jones. So if you bought that,
So if you complain about actual judging and actual fighting, like professional boxing,
professional boxing.
professional MMA fighting, and you complain about judging, I just look at that shit.
You just saw it being fixed the entire way. And it sucks, but who said that? Brendan Shaw was like, you're going to remember Jake Paul's knockout tonight, and that's it. And he said that before the Jones-Tyson fight, and I was like, he's probably right, because
Yeah.
I don't see any... Something fishy was going to happen, or there wasn't going to be a knockout, someone was going to get cut, and it was going to stop. Because apparently if someone got cut, they were going to stop the fight.
But did you notice Tyson didn't really go for the head that much? He just went for the body shots.
He kind of followed the rules.
Yeah.
He had some vicious body shots a couple times.
He did. That one I think hurt Roy a little bit. I can't remember what round it was.
Yeah. But, did you get what you needed, Teddy? Out of that?
No.
I kind of don't need to see Tyson fight again.
No. Or Roy.
Definitely not Roy, but definitely not Tyson. He says he wants to do it again. They want to do it again. If they do it again, I'm not sitting through a 4-hour pay-per-view to watch that again.
No.
I don't need to see all these artists perform 7-year-old songs that are on YouTube
Yeah.
and in front of no audience.
What did Snoop Dogg even sing? His old stuff?
Dude, I don't even know. I don't care.
I was laying on my back on my phone, and I would just peek to see, is it over yet? Is the fight on?
Oh, that was some. We should have just watched the UFC Fight Night card. We've got better
Probably.
fights, more fights.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't too satisfied, but you can't have high expectations going into a 50-plus-year-old fighting a 50-plus-year-old, anyways. So.
Right. But then again, it's impressive that Tyson came back.
It was
What
big.
he did.
It was big, and a lot of people watched it. On my Snapchat, everybody was watching it.
Yeah. I wonder how much money he got.
I think they both got $1 million each,
Oh.
which is more than a UFC main eventer.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that another day. 'Cause,
A lot of problems with that.
yeah, fighter pay.
Yeah. All right. So this episode is just a ramble fest, I guess.
Yeah, whatever's on your mind, just
Yeah. We had
put it out there.
a lot to talk about this week, so it's not just one thing centered towards a certain subject. But I can't remember what episode it was. Maybe in the 20s.
22.
Early 20s.
22.
But we got on the discussion of true crime.
Well,
And I think Steve believes I'm turning into a serial killer.
alright, let's just set a premise here. My parents are obsessed with fucking crime television.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be into it
Mm-hmm.
and kind of realized it's not a good thing to get into because it's just people fucking dying. Right? That I found myself, like anytime there's a mass shooting, I would watch CNN or Fox News or flip back and forth all day. Just trying to consume as much information about what's going on in this fucking horrific murder that I could. And then I realized this happens almost every week.
Yeah.
This is dangerous. Let's not. And then I actually heard the Tool song, and it changed my life forever.
Well, I'm not going to let a song change my perspective on how I view, what
I'm
I
going
like.
to. I'm going to because it is right, I think. It's just...
To an extent.
No, it is. I mean... It's... My problem with
Because I
them...
see your
My
point.
problem with them is they'll watch it over and over. They'll watch reruns of the same thing they've seen over and over of the same crime.
Mm.
And it drives me nuts. I'm like, there's other things to watch and be into.
Right.
But they're into murder.
Right.
Why? This goes back to you.
Okay.
Okay. You're really into murder right now. That's safe to say, right?
I've always been into true crime, but here recently...
Okay. All right, Teddy. You as a person, throughout the years, you have been a guy who goes on kicks.
Yeah.
You're really into things for periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
You're really into biking. And then you get into something else.
Mm-hmm.
You get into Heath Ledger. You get into Joaquin. You get into Joaquin Phoenix. You get into Tom Hardy. Like you just have things you get into, and now you're getting really into murder.
Not necessarily just murder.
You're getting into crime,
Yeah.
and I'm not into crime because I'm surrounded by it.
Here's the thing. That's how I guess, learn stuff, how I get into it. Like, say, if Joker came out, okay? I look up how they make the film, how Heath Ledger, or how Joaquin Phoenix got into that character. I look at the whole aspect of it and how the actor, portrays that character. So I want to learn, how it's developed. Same thing with, biking. I want to learn the aspects of it because I'm into it. I want to learn. And with crime, I'm wanting to do a project. So I'm diving into that world right now, especially with crime documentaries, crime podcasts, to see how it's formatted. So that's why I'm obsessed with it right now. And if you think people are kind of sick because they're, obsessed with it, I found these links on a better understanding of it, because maybe I'm not the best at understanding. So let me pull it up.
Have you ever seen Evil Genius? What do you really think happened to John Benet Ramsey? These are all universal water cooler conversation starters. Or at least they were at some point in time. Point is, there's just something about true crime stories that we love. Do we all secretly just want to be detectives? Well, according to psychologists, yeah, we kind of do. Books, film, TV,
Right.
even art appeals to our universal sense of human nature. According to a report by the Huffington Post, psychologists say that in watching stories, we can explore a part of our personality that we might not openly embrace.
I had never seen a case that took so many turns in so many different directions, and really, it was bizarre.
Don't worry, psychologists won't think that you are a murderer because you like shows about murder. As long as you don't get too attached or involved in the narrative, psychologists say following a true crime series is simply your brain trying to understand different parts of the human psyche. Following a murderous narrative gives us insight into...
Alright, we'll pause it.
Alright. I'm not calling Teddy a fucking murderer.
In the chat, he was like, Daddy's acting awfully weird lately. I'm like, just because I'm listening to fucking Sword and Scale?
Alright, one of them were about cannibalism. Alright.
I'm a horror fan.
Alright, Teddy. And how much longer is this?
Another minute. Or 2 minutes.
Alright, go ahead and finish.
Okay.
to the most gruesome and senseless parts of humanity, while in the safety of our own home. It's also a survival instinct. According to a study from the Social, Psychological, and Personality Science Journal, learning about crimes, how they happen, who the victims are, help people, especially women, learn ways to prevent becoming victims themselves, which makes sense, since according to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, 94% of homicide victims are female.
Alright, all these chicks that are really into Criminal Minds are not watching Criminal Minds to figure out how not to be a victim.
And there's another video that is on, that sides with your idea of crime. I mean, I don't think it's this one, it's the other one.
For the days are waiting for 48 hours to get a crime fix. While classic programming like 48 Hours is still on, popular crime shows like Unsolved Mysteries from the late 80s and Forensic Files from the mid-90s are now streaming. And a ton of new content is being released, and it's changing the game. Not only is Hollywood making documentaries and series about crime, dramatic adaptations of real-life crimes and investigations are one of the most popular genres out today. Netflix's wildly popular show Mindhunter chronicles the two FBI agents who changed the way we investigate murders. It follows actor Jonathan Groff as Agent Holden Ford. So there's a reason people are still making series about the JonBenet murder 20 years later. We're still fascinated by it. How impactful they changed the course of the case. HBO's The Jinx was a 6-part documentary examining the life of recluse for decades, including his wife.
Okay. What do you have to say?
I don't dispute like any of that. It's more my opinion, not really. I don't have like any fucking evidence to prevent that, to prove like that it's just something stupid to get into. Alright. My preference. Teddy, you know how I think about people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't put a lot of effort, like, I don't think a whole lot about people.
That's where we differ, I think.
I think people are going to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the reasons you're into this, right, is like how they do it and what brought them to it.
Mm-hmm.
How that could happen?
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't think that deep about people because they've done it forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing that like switched. It's nothing that changed. It's something that's happened forever. And I just don't think of humans like, it's just, like, I don't get road rage because I expect people to drive shitty.
Right.
I expect people to drive shitty.
Right.
I don't get mad at them for that. I don't get into murder because I know they're gonna murder.
Here's the thing. I listened or read something where people who have road rage, it could be a form of survival instincts.
It is survival. It literally is because you're at a...
Because you can relate it to the fascination of crime as well. As they said, a survival instinct.
Well, with road rage is you're very emotional because you're driving. You're going fast. You have to have everything go right for you to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
And when something gets thrown off, you get really anxious, angry.
Yeah. I have road rage a lot.
And my older brother has road rage.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that, and I was like, dude, just chill out. Like, and I was like, I don't know where you get this road rage because my mom doesn't have it, nor do I. And he's like, well, I'm sorry, I'm not some Zen motherfucker like you. And I said, you think I'm a Zen? I'm Zen? I'm literally the opposite, big guy. I just don't get road rage because I just don't have expectation for people. Like, you know what's a weird thing? It's a story I'll bring up about Spartans. And I apply it to gay marriage.
Wow.
People, maybe not recently, but like people who, you know, were maybe not anti-gay marriage, but weren't really accepting of it. I'm like, dude, the Spartans used to fuck each other before battle, and they were all men. People have been gay forever.
Was that in 300?
No. No, they're not going to do anything to mess that up, right? It's kind of these things I tie to humans. Like, they've been doing the same things forever.
It's like you're anti-people, but you're people.
I'm anti-tendency. Maybe what thrills me about people is not those things.
Expecting the unexpected.
I kind of just expect it out of it. I don't know. I'm having a hard time articulating what I'm trying to say.
I think why I'm so fascinated with it, with people in general, is because, you know, I'm into filmmaking, so when I made Summer Slasher, I would watch all the, you know,
Slasher
movies, serial killer documentaries to get my characters that way. So in that way, I get obsessed with it. But yeah.
And you brought up that I'm really into crime movies. Why wouldn't I be into real crime?
Mm-hmm.
Teddy, I watch WWE. It's fucking fake fighting.
Yeah.
I can separate it from real.
Right.
I can separate real crime from fiction crime.
But my thing is, why would you go out of your way to watch the Jake Gyllenhaal movies when those movies are just a representation of fucked up crime?
Because there's so many fucked up crimes, I don't need to go through all of them. I get one representation of the Jake Gyllenhaal.
But then you'll get another Jake Gyllenhaal crime. They'll just keep coming.
Because it's fiction. Or if it's based on a true story, it's still manufactured out of Hollywood. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
That's a form of entertainment. I can separate it from what's real.
Yeah. I mean, I should see how... Yeah, true crime stuff is entertaining to me. But I am not like...
I mean, it's obviously entertaining to people. They have fucking channels.
Yeah.
The ID channel? It's 24/7 network.
And going back to females and their obsession with serial killers, this is what I don't like, and this is what I thought you were thinking I was, and everybody else.
A serial killer.
Ted Bundy,
Suspected of dozens of sex killings.
Stephen Avery,
18 years in prison for something he didn't do.
Scott Peterson. All convicted killers, all household names. To say that
Household
America
names.
has a bit of a true crime obsession is an understatement.
The story is not the nuns killing. The story is the cover-up.
And it's a craze that cable networks and streaming services seem all too happy to cash in on. Investigation Discovery is a whole channel dedicated to the genre, with shows like Wives with Knives and Fear Thy Neighbor.
My mom watches all of these.
But what is behind the fascination with
There's so many
killers
different
and other
categories you could
criminals?
have.
Standard format of many true crime shows is one that they trigger our primal instinct of fear, and they initially, at the beginning of the show, will take us into the woods, so to speak, scare the heck out of us, walk us around in the dark, and then ultimately, by the end of the show, they reveal the perpetrator and bring us back into the sunlight.
Dr. Scott Bond is a criminologist and author who has had conversations with real serial killers. He says part of the appeal is that we like to be scared. A true crime show or film takes the viewer on a roller coaster ride, so to speak, and provides the adrenaline rush that comes with it.
The back of the head was struck 3 times.
Then, usually within
3
an hour
times.
or two, the whole thing is resolved.
Justice prevails, and our fear
Rinse.
has been overcome.
See,
and
that's
we
Wash,
think-
repeat.
It's like I said, it's storytelling. It's fucked up, and it's real. But let me get you this, okay? You've seen the Ted Bundy tapes, right? On Netflix.
No. I've seen the Ted Bundy Zac Efron movie.
Okay. Have you seen Tiger King?
Yes.
Have you seen Aaron Hernandez?
Yes.
Those are real.
Those are real.
Documentaries. Why the fuck are you watching them then?
What do you mean they're real documentaries?
They're real stories.
They're real stories of people.
Yeah.
I don't have to have murder involved.
But those are murders.
Tiger King wasn't based off of a murder. I didn't know she fucking killed her husband until I started watching the son of a bitch. I didn't like seek it out.
They murdered tigers.
Oh.
You knew the Aaron Hernandez story.
Yeah, because I was a sports fan. And motherfuckers out
It's
here
still true crime.
Alright, you're making exceptions here.
No, that's the thing. You're bashing
Teddy,
all this,
Teddy.
but it's kind of
Teddy, I'm not
to it.
Teddy, do you think I'm bashing you?
No.
Alright, I'm not.
No.
I'm just saying I wouldn't be into that.
Right.
I'm not into that. So don't try to make it out like I am. Because I'm not. I'm really not into it.
I'm just saying, if you've seen all of these, why are you saying, why aren't people watching this when...
What do you mean? I'm struggling to understand what you mean. They're different forms of entertainment.
Yeah. So you're comparing, Jake Gyllenhaal movies are fiction, so I can watch those. But when I'm watching...
Teddy, my problem is people obsessing over it.
Yeah, this
Not
is what I'm
people
getting
who watch it.
at. Okay.
People who obsess over it.
Then
That's the problem I have with it.
why are you coming to my car and be like,
I could sit in the living room and watch one true crime 45-minute show with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sit there and watch it all day like she does.
Right.
But I could watch one.
Right.
The people who consume it constantly are the ones I have the problem with.
Right.
Not me watching the fucking Aaron Hernandez documentary before bed. It's just not.
I will sleep good after watching it.
I mean,
Now, let's get to the point where...
I don't know what I'm saying. You're comparing things that I don't think need to be compared to.
Okay.
I just don't think they're the same thing.
Now...
My problem is true crime itself, really.
Mm.
Not like fiction or non-fiction.
Okay. Now, when we get to this obsession with serial killers that they want to get off by it. Now, I think this is next.
Once again.
Dr. Bond says we also have a desire to understand things that may seem irrational. Take Ted Bundy. One of the reasons he evaded capture for so long is that he didn't fit the traditional profile of a serial killer.
A little scared when you look at him.
He just doesn't look like the type to kill somebody. Many looked at him as a smart, attractive man who could have done anything he wanted in life. So why would he choose to kill? And are people like him closer to us than we think?
Probably.
That's what's fucked.
What?
When females are like, I kind of like him. That's what's fascinating.
Yeah, but that's not... That doesn't happen as much as you'd think.
Right.
Fanatics. It's not like it's an overwhelmingly majority of people. It's not, but it's
I
kind of
disagree
weird.
to the sense of where I listen to a lot of crime stuff. It's a lot more common than what people think. He's just in the spotlight.
Who?
Ted Bundy.
Remember Casey Anthony had people that wanted to date her?
Yeah.
She murdered her daughter. There's just people who take the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up though.
See, this all started because you thought I was on that side.
No.
Because you're just throwing
fucking-
jabs like, Teddy's acting awfully strange. He might kill all of us.
Teddy's into the fucking crime. He's getting weird. Fucking taking shots of Jack every night. Fucking take the edge off. He's taking shots of Jack. He's drinking more. He's taking the edge off. He's into that murder.
But
Very stressful thing to be into.
it is. But I mean, that's why. I mean, yeah, my obsession with things. I like to get into something, learn about it, and then I move on to something else.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
But right now, yeah, I want to make.
This is just what you're in right now.
Yeah, this. If I'm creating, like, I want to make this project with the crew, and it's something different. It's something a lot more serious than just, you know, playing around and shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is like real stuff. So I want to take it seriously. I want to, you know, learn as much as I can about, you know, the fucked up shit people do. That's just how I am.
That's just my thing with. I know people are capable of those things. I don't need to hear descriptions of what they've done.
I think it's also, yeah, they do the, you know, they kill somebody. But then there's like the side stuff that is what's fascinating me. And there's something that the project that we could be potentially doing right now, that's something I wasn't expecting, and it's pretty insane. But I'm not going to, you know, say that right now. I'll tell you off air. But yeah, that's the. We'll make a poll. Is true crime, you like it, or is it pointless?
I think it's pointless, but that's just me, and I know it's going to be overwhelmingly liked because people like it.
Yeah. You're just a different character, I guess.
I am. I just don't care about it, to be honest. I just didn't like what I was doing, watching it all the time.
I see that too. Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Because I was really into those shows, like fucking Criminal Minds and Law and Order, and
There's some days where I listen to 2 episodes of Sword and Shield. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go watch. I'm gonna go listen to King and Sting or something comedy because I can't listen to any more fucked up shit. You gotta get out of it.
my problem's not with people who consume that content. My problem's with people who obsess over it.
Yeah.
Like my fucking parents.
Yeah.
But so don't become my parents, people. If there's some helpful advice, don't go balls deep in crime docs. I mean,
The advice is just don't kill anybody.
that's very vague advice. that's literally a 10 commandment, dog. That's that I kill. Daddy's looking for some advice, and it's been the oldest advice ever written.
I'm just reminding everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to something lighthearted and funny. All right. So, was it like 2 days ago that we thought of this idea?
I thought it was yesterday.
Maybe it was yesterday. Well, we're going back to wrestling.
Yeah.
Another. I mean, it's a common thing on this show.
Well, I brought it up. I'm on some new workout supplements, and they're making me really hateful.
Mm-hmm.
So I told everybody, I'm turning heel. Like, I'm being a super villain.
You're going to end up killing somebody.
I mean, Chris Benoit did, but so
great true crime documentary.
I am
Full
going to
circle.
be hellaciously hateful. So I'm turning heel, and Teddy made some Photoshop of me, me and Randy Orton, and then it came out to a topic. What WWE superstar would you be?
Right. By characteristic, I guess.
I don't know. That's a hard one.
It is.
All right. Josh Farrell is Kevin Owens. Have you ever seen Kevin Owens?
I don't know.
Look him up right now. Look up Kevin Owens. Josh Farrell looks like Kevin Owens, talks like Kevin Owens, would wrestle like Kevin Owens. We'll get him out. He might like that comparison. That's Josh.
Okay. You want me to find a video of him talking?
I mean, you don't have to, but
Let's see.
saying what you said to do. So I'm gonna go out there and do this, man. All right, man. Just
No, Kevin Owens is the white guy.
You know what?
Oh.
That's Josh.
I'm
Yes.
really had
Look.
of family issues affecting everybody on SmackDown.
That is.
This isn't your personal playground.
That's
You
Josh.
want to go on your little eco trip and sit at your little table, that's fine, but now you're getting an his head. Now, for somebody who says family's so important, you sure treat yours like trash.
That's Josh Farrell. All right. You just want to name off a couple friends who you think they're going to be the wrestler equivalent is.
Okay.
All right, who we got for Cole? I think it's Big Show.
Big Show. That's what I'm saying.
Oh man.
Well.
Yeah, who do you think it would be?
Andre the Giant.
That's a good one too.
Yes.
That's actually a better one.
The Great Khali.
No,
No.
Rick Ali just tall and slender.
Yeah.
Like Andre the Giant's
Andre the
giant.
Giant. There you
Yeah,
go.
Cole was Andre the Giant.
Yep. There we go.
What would our boy Hunter Smith be? God, that's a tough one.
I'm gonna put it out there. Ric Flair. The hair.
Ric Flair. Damn.
The hair.
I was
and
thinking Eugene.
Come on. Wait. I think I know that.
Yes. Oh my god.
Hey, I did our boy dirty just now.
Oh my god.
I can't wait. I hope he listens to this.
Oh my god! I forgot about him. Oh my god.
Oh, dude. I got it. Hey, you got him at Ric Flair, I got him at Eugene.
Oh god. Oh god. I totally forgot about you. Oh my god.
You got a promo with him or something?
Hang on.
Come in!
Forgot about him.
Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Bishop.
Oh, I hate it. Regal.
Yes.
William. Coming to Monday Night Raw. I didn't say anything about being back. Not yet, anyway.
2004.
Eugene, yes, I'm looking for Eugene. Have you seen him? Eugene, yes. I've seen him. You've seen him, yes? He's about 6'1" and about 240 pounds and... Eugene!
God.
That's still got our boy Smith at.
Regal! Eugene! Manager!
You know they couldn't do that nowadays.
No.
Oh, a half-tard as a wrestler?
Yeah.
God, no.
No. I totally forgot about him.
All right. Bush Marshall.
That's hard.
That is really hard.
Festive.
No.
I know. That Asian guy that would spit that green shit.
Tajiri.
Yes. Eats Tajiri.
Eats Tajiri.
Nasty.
Is spitting in people's face.
Yes.
Tajiri.
That's Bush's name.
The Japanese guy.
Yes.
Kind of his build, smaller wrestler.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if any wrestlers resembles Matthew Gillespie.
Kane, because he likes that dark, heavy metal stuff.
I don't know if it's Kane. Fuck. This is tough.
Kane or Undertaker?
It would be the Undertaker. It would be more Kane.
Yeah.
Alright, but what about you?
I'm going to say what I thought. Sting.
Yeah. No, you're Sting. You're Sting. Alright. Now, who the fuck am I? I've got like 3 on my mind.
I think you're Stone Cold.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that honor's too big, dude. I can't carry that. Just like Hunter Smith can't carry Ric Flair, I can't carry Stone Cold, dog.
Stone Cold.
I think so.
I thought it was like, mid-2000s Chris Jericho.
Oh.
That's another good one too.
Break the wall down. But I'll take Stone Cold. Sting, Stone Cold, Andre the Giant, Kane, Ric Flair / Eugene and Tajiri, and Kevin Owens.
What a stable.
Yeah, I would have stayed with the DSOBs.
Oh God.
Stone Cold, head of the table. Sting, coming down from the rafters with a baseball bat. Yeah.
That's pretty great.
That's hilarious.
I didn't Royal Rumble with all that.
Dude, I remember when Kevin Owens first debuted, I was like, he looks like Josh.
Yeah.
He looks like him.
Once I saw him, I was like,
The
yeah,
beard?
that's Josh. Yeah. Even how he spoke. Granted,
Josh.
I mean, it was an accent, but yeah.
He's Canadian.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was watching.
What were you watching yesterday?
I was watching funny clips of old WWE matches.
Yeah.
Or like, it was called stiff moves or whatever. So if somebody got caught real hard with like an elbow or a kick or something like that, there was a guy. I think it was WWE Next. Is that what it was called?
NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where they would kind of like the Ultimate Fighter.
It's
tryout.
yes.
That was still NFC, yeah.
Yeah. There's a guy that just grabs a guy's neck and just starts bitch smacking him.
In the
And I
face?
laughed so hard.
In the face?
Yeah.
And that was real. That's real getting bitch slapped.
Those guys, I guess they want to perform well, so they hurt each other.
They beat the shit out of one another.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then I went down the rabbit hole of like funny Stone Cold moments.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
So, him and The Rock were like in the ring, and they like just trash talk each other. The Rock's like stealing the mic out of Stone Cold's hand, and Stone Cold's face just like, and the crowd's just like, what? What? He's like, I'm trying to speak. What? Stop it. What?
Who was saying that? The Rock was saying that?
No, Stone Cold, he's like, I'm trying to speak to him. And he's like, what?
The Rock, Stone Cold actually came up with that, and
Yeah.
then
He got annoyed.
he realized he had messed up
Yeah.
when he had made that chant.
Yeah. And then Stone Cold just rests his hand on The Rock's shoulder, and The Rock just goes, "What's his eyebrow?" He's like, and then Stone Cold's like, "Don't touch me. Don't ever touch me." And then I watched the moments with him and Vince. It was so good. There's a part where a limo was going down a ramp, and it stopped. It was blowing a horn, and it was like a massive black Dodge Ram truck, and they parked beside each other. And Vince came out of like the rooftop. And he's like, "Who the hell?" And he stops, and then Stone Cold, and he's just looking at him, and Vince just trying to talk to him, and all Stone Cold did was. He just smiled at him. He does that for like a good 5 seconds, and he just drops off. And then I think it was Regal. He comes out to the ring, and he's getting ready to speak like a Shakespeare story or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then all you hear is Stone Cold's music, and he's walking out. He just stutters and fucking leaves.
He doesn't
say a word.
He doesn't say anything. Walks in, goes back.
He just leaves.
Oh my god.
And the commentators or whatever like that. He must not like Shakespeare.
The commentators. Oh my god.
That was so funny.
Dude, that Undertaker Stone Cold conversation, they talk about Mankind getting thrown off Hell in a Cell.
And I went down a Mankind rabbit hole
it was
too.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing content.
There's nothing better than just looking at Attitude Era matches.
We were going to last night. If that damn Roy Jones Mike Tyson thing didn't last 4 hours,
Yeah.
we were going to throw on Mankind Undertaker Hell in a Cell for Bush to see. And, Bush kind of skeptical about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, Mankind got thrown off of a cell. He got thrown through a cell, and he got thrown on the thumbtacks twice during that match.
Yeah. And that happened to him again. Who did he fight again in Hell in a Cell and actually broke the ring when he fell through?
Well, he wrestled Triple H in a Hell in a Cell.
It was Triple
match.
H. It was Triple H.
In a brutal match.
Yeah, it was Triple H.
If anybody wants to watch old Mick Foley matches, Mick Foley versus Edge at WrestleMania 22, where
Didn't The Rock fuck him up bad too?
The Rock hit him with 13 straight chair shots to the head.
Yeah.
In a match.
Yeah.
well, Edge speared him through a flaming table.
You know what's a really good?
And Randy Orton, what did Randy do to him? RKO'd him off the stage.
He did
Onto like barbed wire.
But
Insane.
if someone wants to watch a really good Mick Foley match, Triple H versus Cactus Jack on Raw when Cactus Jack debuted, that's a good match.
Alright, so
There's a Royal Rumble where
He comes out.
He comes out
every
3 times.
persona.
3 times.
I was wanting to get into that. What is the order of Mick Foley's characters? Like, which debuted first? Okay, there's Mick Foley, then what came next?
Mick Foley was Socko.
I mean, that's just the same.
Okay, so his first
In
character,
the Attitude Era, what order was he?
Mankind.
Mankind first?
Yes,
Then?
it was
Do You Love?
Do Love.
Where's the hippie?
That was the worst one.
And then?
It was Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack. Why was he called Cactus Jack?
That's what he was before he became to the WWE.
Okay, and then he did that Mankind gimmick.
Yeah.
And
I
then
want-
went to
I
Do
had that
Love.
shirt.
Do Love wasn't very long, was it?
It was so bad.
It was for until he left in 2000.
I remember Do Love wrestled Stone Cold, and Vince McMahon was the special guest referee.
Yes.
And then Stone Cold takes Vince's arm
And
when he's
counts to
when he's
3.
covering Do Love, and he counts his own arm to 3. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, but I just didn't know what order Mick Foley's career went in like that.
Yeah.
And now it's just Mick Foley, so.
Yeah.
Burn down out. Burn down, burn down, burn down.
Oh my god.
Or was it Mankind's theme song where it's so eerie?
Yeah.
Just walking out like,
Yeah, good description there, Cole.
well, I think that's the episode.
Yeah, we talked about a little bit of a lot of different things.
Yeah. Trying to get on Tony Gravely. I'm gonna reach out to him. UFC fighter. He just won his fight. So that's
Hell
fine.
yeah.
If we get him on, that'd be pretty lit.
Yeah.
Via Zoom.
Via them. First professional athlete. We need a professional athlete on here.
Yeah. Alright. Well, thank
Hope you guys enjoy your week, and just be safe out there.
Yeah, don't kill anybody. Don't get obsessed.
Stay away
Like
from
me.
fucking large parties.
Yeah.
Good God,
COVID's
people.
getting bad. COVID's getting worse.
COVID's getting worse, and it's not getting any better.
No. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
And we're out.
Bye.
All right, Cole. Good God.